What's up guys, it's Remy from the Healthy Fat Ass, and today I'm matching my couches. Also, my bangs did not cooperate today, so they didn't make it into the video. Anyways, today I want to talk to you about the 5 biggest mistakes that beginners make when they're trying to get into health and fitness. I'm telling you all of these tips because I probably made these mistakes 7 million thousand times, and I'm just trying to prevent you from making the same ones that I've made. The reason these tips are so important and so crucial is because I feel like every single time a person tries to get into health and fitness, if they do it the wrong way, number 1, they get super discouraged. But number 2, sometimes they gain back the weight. Here you are, trying to make a good difference in your life, you're trying to be healthy, and then all of a sudden you're right back to where you started. But that's okay, because once I give you all these tips, you're going to be able to avoid these pitfalls, and you're going to actually be able to get healthy the right way, because I'll be covering that too. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. The first biggest mistake that people make when they're trying to get healthy and in shape is that they just go too extreme. Everybody knows a person who's like, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. And when someone tells them, hey buddy, that's probably not gonna happen, they say, don't worry, I got this, I'll just go to the extreme. So what do I mean when I say that people go too extreme? I mean that they are going too much in a caloric deficit. They might be eating only 3 cucumber sandwiches a day. They might be eating nothing but chicken breast and asparagus. Yes, you will lose the weight in the beginning if you go at too much of a caloric deficit, but you will probably be so hungry that you will end up binging in a few weeks later and gain all of that weight back, plus maybe even more. So let's just start the right way and only do a 20% caloric deficit. Like, that is the max. You can even do a little bit less. Now, to figure out how many calories you actually should be eating to get into a 20% caloric deficit, all you have to do is go through a calorie calculator. You can put all your information in and then click what deficit you want, and you can say like, okay, I want to be in a 20% deficit, and you click that and it will literally give you your calories. But you also shouldn't be in a caloric deficit for too long. You should only stay in a caloric deficit of like 20% for like about 1 to 3 months, and like that's it, or else then that starts affecting your metabolism. The second biggest mistake that beginners make is that they try to do a too restrictive diet. Typically, these are fad diets. Keto, for instance, because those say that you can't have any goddamn carbs. Another restrictive diet is actually the Whole30, because you can't have any sugar, you can't have grains, legumes, and you can't have any happiness. No, that was just like one more that they didn't mention. It's just very hard to convert any of these into lifestyles, and the whole entire purpose of getting into health and fitness in the first place is because you want this for life. It is not going to matter if you work hard for 3 months, become skinny for 1 month, and then just go back to right where you were. And a lot of these diets are literally designed to be short term. Like the Whole30 is literally only meant to be experienced for 30 days, and that's it. So starting off with one of these diets is just a recipe for disaster. So instead, what you should do is kind of take baby steps into cleaning up your diet. When I was first starting out, I literally did not care if anything was processed. I would have turkey wraps. I would just have store-bought hummus. It was convenient, and it was something that I could actually stick to until I was ready to eat any cleaner. The third biggest mistakes that beginners do is not building any flexibility into their diet. A lot of the time, they do not think of what's gonna happen if they end up at a birthday party. They literally just think, I'm going to eat perfectly clean for 30 days or 60 days or whatever it may be, and then I'm gonna get X result. They don't think, oh, but Karen might invite me out to lunch and then I might end up at Olive Garden. So I just want to tell you right now, life happens. Karen is going to invite you out to Olive Garden. Things get in the way. Like when I was first starting out, I needed a cheat meal in my diet at least once a week. That was the only way that I was going to actually make it. But because I had one cheat meal built into my entire week, if something was to happen, if someone did have a birthday party or if something did happen, I had that flexibility built into my diet. My fourth biggest mistake that beginners make is that they just are unprepared a lot of the time. If I do not come into work with my meal prep, I will 100% go out to eat, because like what else am I gonna do? I'm either going to the vending machine or I'm going to Chipotle. There is a learning curve to all of this. A lot of the situations you just can't predict and they come up, and that's life, and you just deal with it, and that's where the flexibility comes in. But a lot of the time these situations are gonna keep happening and repeating themselves until you figure out, okay, I just need to be a little bit more prepared. If you are trying to eat healthier, you should look into meal prep so you can literally have healthy meals whenever you need them. And if you're trying to go to the gym, you should literally go as soon as you finish work, because work can be tiring, and if you try to go home first, you're probably not gonna leave the house after that. The fifth biggest mistake that beginners make is trying to incorporate too many new habits into their life all at once. So if you've never been to the gym and if you've never eaten healthy, but you try to do both of them at the same exact time, it might not work out. You might have to tackle one at a time. And the only reason that I say this is because habits on their own are so hard to start and to start implementing into your life. So if you try to implement too many new habits into your life, what ends up happening is that you won't be able to conquer any of the new habits. Or if the other way around, if you enjoy the gym but you don't really like starting to eat healthy, start going to the gym first and you'll naturally start eating healthy anyways, because if you eat like shit and then try to work out, you're probably gonna feel like shit. The last thing I wanna say is not one of the biggest mistakes, but I do just wanna mention it, and it is just comparing yourself to other people who have been in the health and fitness world for a really long time. I remember when I first started, I would go on Instagram and see all these beautiful girls and think, I'm never gonna have their abs, I'm never gonna have their ass, and I'm never gonna have their figure. But I was just starting off and I had no idea how my body was gonna shape out once I started weight training, once I started eating healthy. And so you really just have to be very gentle with yourself when you're beginning, and just realize that like no matter how many times you fail, you can literally pick yourself back up and start over again. I've literally failed at being healthy so many times, but like you can do it. I swear to God, you can do it. You just have to go about it in the right way. So I hope all those tips help, and if you have any more questions, because I know that this was kind of an overview of some of the mistakes and an overview of kind of how to avoid the pitfalls, so if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe if you love this video, and please make sure to give it a thumbs up if it did help you in any way. Okay, thanks guys, bye.